Hello, my favorite little gumwood straps. It is week 262, and I'm super late because I'm packing to move states, so I apologize ahead of time. This week on Starting Out Solitary, we are talking about stones, and technically we're talking about the stones that we don't like to work with. However, I'm gonna do prefer and disfer and see what happens next week on our next topic. So let's talk about stones I like to use. Citrine is pretty common. Kyanite is pretty common. Chrysocolla is really common. And that's about the extent of those. I use those pretty regularly, and then of course, because I do Reiki, I use a lot of the chakra stones, and things like that. Now, let's talk about the stones I don't particularly like. I don't particularly like hematite. It makes me feel weird. I don't really like, there's not like a particular stone that I would say that I don't necessarily like, except for hematite, because I don't like the way it feels. Actually, a lot of the magnetic stones, I don't really like the way they feel. And I don't know what that is exactly. It's just, I don't like it, so I don't use it. I don't like selenite either, and I know like there will be guests in the comments, but I just don't really care. I just don't like it. I don't like the way it feels. So I don't really use it. I own it because it was a gift, and the person who gifted it to me is no longer with us, and so I have it, but I don't really like it. And it hasn't decided it needs a new home yet, and so it lives with me. A lot of the stones that are like that, raw kyanite is like that too, but I don't really have that problem. But there's a texture to those stones, and they're just off-putting, and I don't like them, so I don't use them. But in general, I don't really use stones anymore, and so it's hard for me to say like what I like and what I don't, because I don't really use stones very often anymore. But I will talk to you guys next week here on Starting Out Solitary.